On the Kinu app, I've been, learning, revisiting philosophy. Cause something, might just grab you, honestly, since I was right there. I've been revisiting philosophy and Greek philosophy because I did take ancient philosophy in college, but of course there's so many ancient philosophers, so like you can't cover everybody in a lot of detail, but I feel like Kinu does a good job summarizing it, so I do recommend the app. Oh, frick. Let's get you out of here. But for me, I've been reading about cynicism, and I never know if I'm pronouncing these philosophers' name, but Diogenes, whatever, one of those names. What is it? Diogenes. So I'm reading about cynicism right now, and he believed that the study of philosophy should be about a way of life, and that means we should be focusing on things that have a practical impact on our lived experiences and our behavior. Oh wait, what does he ask me to do? Hold up. Oh, frick. I remember the challenges on this map were really intricate, a little bit. Catch thieves, retrieve the spark plugs. I think I slightly remember this one. I think they were like random creatures you had to chase. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like you. I see you, buddy. Let's keep exploring this area, though. We triggered it, so we know what's up. I think I have to chase them through a lot of these areas. Oh, frick. Okay, thanks. Diogenes? Oh my god, I was butchering that ish. I wasn't saying any of that. Holy frick. See, I never look up pronunciation, so like when I read about a lot of these ancient philosophers, like I don't know how to pronounce Greek names, so like I see their name and I just like I try my best, but I know I'm butchering that ish. But yeah, Diogenes. Sorry. Is it like Diogenes? Like that? I'm probably still gonna butcher it. Oh, really? Okay. Okay, so Diogenes. You should DM me that because you know I'm gonna forget. But I actually am really interested in him. So like that's basically what I'm saying. Where like Kinu's like really good at giving you a lot of supplemental information that you can, like a good overview. Oh, frick. Ah, no. Oh, frick. I couldn't get back up. I messed up the jump. Dang it. It's good at giving you a good overview of information. And then if you want to dive deeper into anything you've learned, you can dive deeper into it. So for me, I actually am interested in Diogenes. So like he goes underwater. I remember that now. I remember that. I'm actually interested in them, so I'm gonna like look them up more afterwards. I probably want to read more Socrates. I might want to read the Republic. I read the Republic in school, but I would like to read a bit more of that. And maybe some Aristotle. Hopefully I'm saying those names right. Those are some of the ones that I learned about in school, but I did not learn about Diogenes at all. So like I would like to explore more of that. But one of the things I really liked that they said that I would like to look into more with my own studies is how they feel like the study of philosophy should focus on. We gotta make sure we get these gems though. Should focus more on how it changes your way of life. And a lot of the more abstract things that a lot of philosophers before and after focused on are seen as useless knowledge or just pointless. I don't agree with that. I do think there's a lot of value in exploring abstract themes and topics. So I'm not going to say I agree with that wholeheartedly, but I do understand that approach, and I do agree that there's a lot of value in philosophy as the study of life. I think the like basic definition for philosophy is the study of life. So I see philosophy as that, because a lot of these questions, even if they're abstract that we're talking about, have to do with oof, I messed up there a little bit. Am I supposed to fire him like the other ones? I can't even remember. Or I just catch him. I actually don't remember. A lot of these questions we exploring have to do with life and like how we, okay, it's just hitting them. And how we plan to live our lives. So like for me, I'm very passionate about ethics and morality. And the reason why is because I want to make sure I'm living the best moral and virtuous life as I possibly can. And I also want to be as rational as possible. So I want to make sure that like I'm living it, like being in coherence with my values. I don't want to say that I value justice and then live a life that doesn't correlate with someone who values justice, if that makes sense. So, ooh, frick, that's awkward. That was a bit awkward. Oh, frick, I waited way too long. I don't know what I was trying to do there. If that makes sense. So that's why to me, like, I do see it as the study of life, a study of a way of life. But I still think that a lot of the abstract questions that a lot of other philosophers focus on are important. But I really like how Diogenes cares about that more practical approach. We should be thinking about how people live their lives and how we adjust our behaviors in accordance to what we're studying with philosophy. Because at the end of the day, what is the point if we're not changing how we behave, changing how we treat each other? And that's kind of why I find a lot of value in like the books that I'm reading and stuff like that, because these are things that help me change my lived experiences, my actions every day, so that I'm making sure that I live in a way that coheres to the values I hold. One of the things in DBT that I really love is, really analyzing your values and like writing them down and I remember you, and being self-aware of what your values are as a person. Because like a lot of the times when you're in those high stress moments where you need these crucial communication skills, you're challenging your values. What kind of person do I want to be seen as? And I can admit, I don't think I always showed the best version of myself. A lot of the times I get caught up in, like, I feel really strongly about this. I have to stand up for this, and I have to do it in a really aggressive way. But I feel like when I'm reading now, I'm like, I can stand up for things like ableism and things, be against ableism and be against mistreating others, be really virtuous, be really ethical, be really moral, and come off in a more reasonable and respectable way. That's something that I can work on. That's something within my control. I can't control what other people are doing. Like, they might still engage in bad faith and do things that make conversing with them hard and complicated and distressful or whatever it may be. But I'm going to make sure I'm doing my part from now on. And that's where I really find a lot of value in this book. I care about how I live my life, how I approach things, and I want to make sure I'm doing that better. Even if I make mistakes in life, I'm still always going to be making sure I'm pushing myself in the right direction, no matter what anyone else in my life or anyone else I may associate with is doing. And I think that's a really noble way to live. So yeah, anyway, like I think I'm happy with my approach. I think I'm happy with it. The biggest thing I'm struggling with right now is that working on these things takes a long time. And I'm the kind of person that wants to see progress right away. And these types of things, you can't see progress on right away. And I can't reverse time, so I can't change anything that's happened. What? Oh, I thought that was a gem. I was about to say, how did I miss that freaking gem? Like, I can't go back in time and change anything that's already happened. So all I can do is keep working on myself and push towards the future. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I really just pulled you know what I'm saying moment. Okay. But yeah, like, it happens. That's something I also want to get out of my speech. I want to get better at public speaking, which is why one of the things I love. Cocknut. We didn't do that well at all, homie. That's one of the things I love about streaming, because like it's a way for me to practice that. Even if I have no viewers, I can sit here and practice my public speaking, because I'm always gonna assume that I'm presenting to somebody else when I stream, and I want to think of it that way regardless. So like I love streaming for being able to work on that. I try to do that as well. I also try to chill and not bang my head against someone that doesn't want to listen, because I'm coming across that kind of people a lot lately. Yeah, see, that's something that I had to learn. What? Why does that happen? What? That's something that I had to learn the hard way, and that's kind of what I mean by not everyone you communicate with and converse with is going to be acting in good faith. So, like, you're not doing anything wrong if you're engaging with people that don't listen to you. You know what I mean? So, like, you have to be able to recognize that, hey, these people aren't engaging in good faith, so they're not worth my time. Because none of the skills I'm learning are going to fix the fact that somebody isn't engaging in good faith. Nothing you do is going to change that. So you have to be able to recognize there are battles worth fighting, and then there's just things that just aren't worth your time anymore, and you gotta make peace with that. Dang it, I'm freaking this up so bad. But like, regardless, I'm still happy to work on the things that are within my control. But there are definitely times where I was not ready to let go of people that weren't meeting me halfway and being fair to me, and that's also just leads to more toxicity as well. So that's something I have to get better on, and it's just one of those things you improve on over time. It's not worth being hard on yourself with things like that. You live and you learn, but something I'm learning myself too. You're gonna run into people like that, and that's just life, but these skills are still fundamental to growth. Dude, your path is so annoying. Oh, no. I almost got you, too. Yeah, totally understandable to struggle with. I have a hard time letting go of people. Once I feel like I've built any meaningful relationship with somebody, even if they're engaging in bad faith and I know that, I still try to make things work. I still push myself on them. And that's not work, and it's not healthy, and it just leads to more toxicity, because eventually I'm going to break out of my personality traits, and that's what happens. That's what happens. And oh no, really? Oh, I thought I had him there. I break out of my personality traits that way. Oh, snipe, bro. And I start acting outside of my true character, and all that does is give people more, give them more reasons to not listen to you or take you seriously, and that's just a worse situation to be in. So I want to make sure I don't put myself in those situations. So sometimes you have to know, okay, this person, they're not here, they're not going to be meeting me halfway. I need to not engage and do something else. And once you find that balance, it will get easier. But it's also one of the other things I'm learning to do, and with DBT, which is dialectical behavior therapy, which is what I've really been focusing on. It's been really helping me a lot lately, is the concept of radical acceptance, where it's like you got to accept that, some of the things that happen in your life are you contributed to that. And sometimes it's other people, sometimes it's people being unjust, and sometimes it's a mixture of things that you did and what other people did. But you got to just learn to accept that that's what it is, that happened. And I can't change that, but the future is what I have to do. I have to just accept what happened, accept that life goes the way it goes, and focus on your own growth. But like learning to make peace with what's happened already and accept it for what it is, it's hard. It's really difficult to do, because like in your mind, you always want to defend yourself in what you do, and I get that, and I struggle with that as well. You always feel like, oh no, like it makes sense that I did that, and like it's not really my fault, but like just learn to accept these things happened, and it led to right where I'm at now. It led me to right where I'm at now, and I'm not gonna judge myself anymore. I'm not gonna hold grudges. I'm just gonna move forward. Ah, frick, where did he go? Oh no. Oh no, I lost homie, bro. For real. For realsies, where'd he go? Oh no, oh frick, I completely missed. But yeah, it's hard, but if you are interested in DBT, I have books I can recommend. You can always reach out to me through DMs and stuff. I'm always open to talking about this type of stuff because it's a big part of my life. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Is there stuff down here? Yeah, there is. I would have lost this or missed this for sure if I didn't check. You know, I'm always open to it. I'm always learning and pushing myself and trying to make progress and moving forward. Where did you go? I completely lost you. Oh. Okay, I see. I see your path now. Oh, I almost got him. There we go. Hell yeah. An example, I'm having a hard time finding a job as I am an artist and I'm making a huge effort on being better. And there applies the acceptance of knowing it's just not my fault, just not my chance, and maybe just not the right moment for me. Oh yeah, I totally understand that can be rough. I feel that. Being an artist is hard, so I commend you for sticking with it. But yeah, I mean, that's a good way to look at it because otherwise you can start, you can really start putting yourself down, feeling bitter, and just things that aren't healthy for you, putting yourself through a bunch of pain that just isn't worth it. So when you're able to look at it that way, it makes it easier to not be in so much pain with yourself. And that's what I struggle with because I'm very emotional and I feel a lot of pain when things don't go the way I hope they would and things like that. So like just learning to accept that, sometimes things just the way they are and it has nothing to do with you, or sometimes it's just variations and it makes it a little bit easier,